What is up, guys? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video, and today we will be taking a look at the future of blank series, part 3, whatever you want to call it. Today, we will be taking a look at the state of Georgia. This is the first state of this series where, folks, red alert, this is not good, to say the least. This is not good at all. But before we start the video, hope you guys do enjoy these type of videos. This is a very popular series that everybody seems to enjoy. So if you do enjoy these type of videos, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and yes, follow me on Twitter, go follow me on my alt tech, and yes. So today we are talking about the state of Georgia, the second Sunbelt state. Now, last time when we talked about a Sunbelt state in Arizona, we were talking about how the suburbs, yeah, Democrats are pretty much maxed out in the suburbs. The suburbs are going to vote based on how the nation votes. Well, this is not a good sign, the state of Georgia, to say the least. Now, before we even look at the vote share, just take a look at the size of votes, size of leads in the Atlanta area. Just look at this. Notice how many votes there are? This is an absurd amount of votes just from 2 counties. And you account for Cobb County, Gwinnett County, Henry County, Clayton County, Douglas. Look at the amount of votes just in these 5 counties, right? Which I'm talking about is Fulton, DeKalb, Gwinnett, Cobb, and of course Clayton. Just look at the raw vote totals in just these 5 counties. These are absurd. Even Henry County, Newton County, Douglas County, etc. There's so many votes here. And these voters are not your traditional, suburbanites from, Arizona, which are a bit more independent thinking. You know, they're actually not that woke in Arizona. The suburbanites, the Karens in Arizona, they're not woke. It just, they were more terrified of COVID and some suspicious stuff happened in Arizona. But here in Atlanta and Georgia, even if you take out the fraud, or not the fraud, I should say, the mysterious ballots, folks, you're not going to swing back Cobb County. You're not going to win Gwinnett. I mean, look at these vote shares. 58.4%, 56.3%, 55%, 60%. Go back to 2016. Look at those margins in Cobb County. Clinton won by 2. This time, Biden won by 14. That's more than just winning all the independents. That's winning all the independents and then some. Go to Gwinnett County. Clinton won by around 6. Biden won by almost 18%. You just keep adding all this up. You even go to Newton County. Biden won by around 11. Clinton won by around 2. And even if you go to the more white working class counties of Cherokee County, Trump won it by around 49%. Well, 2020, Trump won it by 39%. A 10-point swing towards Democrats, about. Don't fact check me, don't math me or something like that. That's about how many votes or how much it swung. That is an absurd amount of vote swings. I mean, Trump only lost the state by 12,000 votes. If these swings, just if the swings in Gwinnett County didn't happen, or even just Cherokee County, Trump would have carried the state. So, point is, this is not a good sign for Republicans. This is a disaster, what's currently happening. And just look at this. Just look at all these swings that happened. This is bad. This is not good at all for the Republicans. Now, there was some improvement for the Republicans. Places like Brantley, places like Glasscock, places like Banks, Pierce, etc., Heard County, Murray, Franklin, Dawson, etc. There was hope in some of the more rural counties. In more the northern, more working class counties. And of course, the central, I guess I would call it the working class belt. That's what I call this part of Georgia. You know, the central kind of belt of Georgia. This is what I consider the the old-fashioned working class belt. There's a lot of black working class voters here, a lot of white working class voters here. And Trump made some improvements here, except this part of the state, which I'm not even. This is just another. This is another part of the state where not a lot of votes, but they just have some dumb voting patterns. The point is, this is not a good sign for Republicans. And even if you get like your perfect candidate, like Kelly Loeffler, or whatever you want to call her, folks, yeah, she may do 1-2% better in the Atlanta suburbs. But if there's 100,000 new voters there each day, seems like it, doesn't matter. You still lose Georgia by 3%. So this is not a good sign. Now, I'm not saying that Georgia is gone for the governorships or even a couple Senate elections. For the presidential election, it's not looking good. But before I just absolutely write it off, I want to take a look at the census data of the demographics of the state, right? And this is the bachelor's degree or higher. And if you want a reason why this state has fallen to crap, just look at these numbers. Bachelor's degree or higher. Cobb County, almost 48% of voters, or 47.5% of voters, have a bachelor's degree or higher. And most of them are not even, like, towards, like, anything useful. A lot of them is for useless garbage. A lot of it's towards Karens that just vote like idiots and vote based on emotion. Go to Fulton County, where Atlanta is 53%, Gwinnett 37%, DeKalb 44%, Henry County 28.5%. So that's one of the only counties that really doesn't have above 38% in the Atlanta suburbs that's swinging heavy towards Republicans or Democrats. Cherokee County 38%, Forsyth 53%. Want to know why that Atlanta swung that much towards Democrats? That is your reason. Not because of who will the suburbanites are swinging towards Democrats, like the election mafia. The suburbanites, they're an issue, but the biggest issue are the Karens of the suburbs and these people that get these stupid college degrees that just essentially brainwash them into thinking that, oh, the Blumph man bad. I mean, education's a big reason why Georgia swung this heavy Democrat. Now, there is, however, a glimmer of hope in the state of Georgia. This is where the white alone, not the white population lives. Now, they're around 54% of the population is white in Georgia. There is a glimmer of hope in a couple of these more suburban counties of Atlanta. Forsyth and Cherokee are the two I'm talking about. Almost 78% white, Forsyth 69% white. Hale County, which is, I believe, voted towards Trump with like 70% of the vote, 60% white. So it's not all lost in some parts of the Georgia suburb, or the Atlanta suburbs. Paulding County, 68.5%. Well, Cobb County, 51%. Gwinnett County, 35%. So, point is, there is some hope in the northern half of the state. I mean, places like Union County, 94%, which I believe Trump got around 81% of the vote. He's probably maxed out there. But a couple of these other smaller northern counties, there is still a solid amount of white working class voters. The Republicans, for some odd reason, are just abandoning. And even then, you still have a solid amount of working class voters in the working class belt. I mean, go to a place like Stewart County, 12.2%. I believe that Republicans lost this county. Not a lot of votes, but these counties, when you add all these counties up in the working class belt, not a lot of votes, but when you just start adding them up, like, okay, Wilkinson County gets 60% of vote there. Twiggs gets 60%, 60%. Just get 60%. You can win the state of Georgia. Barely, but you can. But the issue is, of course, the Atlanta suburbs, they're growing at an absurd rate. Just there's so many people just flooding the state of Georgia each year. And they're not working class voters. There's those establishment shills that are just flooding the Atlanta suburbs. And then their kids go to education there, and they're getting taught white man bad and all this other crap. So, barring the Republicans growing a spine in Georgia and doing something about critical race theory, doing something about education reform, folks, Georgia is gone for the presidential level. Now, for the Senate level, there's still a few traditional Republican voters in the suburbs of Atlanta that would maybe vote for a candidate like Doug Collins, maybe. But outside of that, it's not pretty for the future of Georgia. Now, if you get an education reform, get something, anything, you can win the state of Georgia without relying on the working class vote. The Republicans also must absolutely max out these voters. Some of these counties, they should get 70% of the vote in, right? A lot of these counties, they should get 70%, not 60%. And these counties that they're getting like 50%, they should be getting 60%. So there is a way to fight back against the Democrat machine that is Atlanta. As of now, this sucks for the Republicans, but as of now, I have to say that in most scenarios, barring the national environment being like D+1 or something like that, I'm gonna have to say that Georgia is gonna be a lean Democrat state for the foreseeable future in a balanced environment. Like the current national environment, like Democrats win the popular vote by 4. I do believe Georgia will be a lean Democrat state in this environment. For the Republicans to win it, they need 3 things to happen. 1, maximize working class turnout and actually improve in this working class belt. 2, get education reform. You could possibly salvage some voters in the Atlanta suburbs. And 3, just stop running crap candidates like Loeffler. And you could win some Senate elections, win some governor elections. But I do think the best case scenario Republicans should do with control of the state is, of course, pass the main rule, which is, of course, just it splits it by congressional district. They got to do that. And maybe bring back a state electoral college, which each county gets like an electoral vote or something like that. That could help Georgia hold the line for the statewide elections. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy that video. If you guys did, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and yes. Folks, Georgia's holding on to just for dear life. And education reform is a must for a state like Georgia to survive. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time.